G'day guys, welcome back to the channel. My name's Kaitlyn and I am an American living in beautiful Sydney, Australia. Australia has so many amazing foods, from meat pies to barramundi, from fairy bread, and of course the infamous Vegemite. Vegemite's a bit of an acquired taste, to be honest. It seems to be a love it or hate it type of food, and as somebody who didn't grow up with this, it took me a little while to get used to it, but now I can literally eat it off of a spoon at this point. There has been an explosion of Vegemite flavored things in the supermarkets, from pizzas to roast chicken to brownies. Yes guys, Vegemite brownies. This super thick, black, kind of bitter, kind of salty Australian classic is everywhere here now. So I bought every single Vegemite flavored thing that I could from the shops, from the brownies to the chicken to pizzas to snacks. There's so much here to try, guys. So without further ado, let's try every single Vegemite flavored thing that this American girl could get her hands on here in Coles and Woolies. Grab a Bicky, grab a cuppa, or maybe grab yourself a Vegemite sandwich and let's get started. So we are going to start off with an absolute classic, a cheese and Vegemite scroll. This thing is huge. I picked this up at Kohl's. Like, this is the size of like a full-blown Danish from bakeries. This thing is massive. The scrolls that I think of are like tiny, like maybe a third the size of that. That is what I think of when I think of a Vegemite scroll. And a totally random, out of the blue fun fact, if anybody wants to know, we don't call these scrolls over in the States. If they're savory, we typically call them pinwheels. And if they're sweet, then they're typically rolls, like cinnamon rolls. Oh, it's not bad. It's a little bit dry. You don't get a lot of Vegemite taste to these. I mean, depends on if you're making them homemade or not. Obviously, if you're making them homemade, you could throw as much Vegemite as you want on there. But if you're getting them from the shops, you're going to get that little bit of like Vegemite aftertaste. But for the most part, you get bread and a little bit of cheese and like a slight Vegemite aftertaste. They're okay. Next up, we have these McCain's pizza pockets with Vegemite. Cheesy Vegemite in a pizza pocket. And not only do they have pizza pockets, we are also going to check out their little pizzas as well. Yeah, they have like full-blown little size pizzas with Vegemite. So let's give these two a try. I cooked these a little while ago just to make sure that they would cool off in time. So hopefully I won't burn my mouth, and hopefully these will actually taste okay. I have the pizza pocket, which I think I might have slightly overcooked. That looks just a little too brown. Let's see if I can... Okay, it's definitely cooled off enough. Oh, that filling does not look appealing, you guys. That is a weird, funky, orangey brown color. It smells like regular pizza, though. Like, it just smells like a regular pizza pocket. You don't get much of a smell of Vegemite, period, but yeah, it doesn't smell like there's anything weird in here. So you get no Vegemite flavor in these at all. I feel kind of lied to be honest. They taste like a generic pizza pocket. They don't taste bad, I will say that. Like, I'll definitely end up finishing the box of these at some point, but there's no Vegemite flavor in this. I feel like that's such a marketing gimmick. I feel lied to. Next up, we have the actual mini pizzas, and I'm a little bit scared to try this. Like, I put these in the oven just to try to make sure they were cooked, and the dough seems so underdone. Like, I don't think this is going to taste good in general. That actually isn't that bad. You get a little bit of Vegemite flavor in the sauce here. Obviously, it's not exactly going to be gourmet pizza, but you do get a little bit of Vegemite taste, which is a step above the pizza pockets. Again, not bad. I mean, I can imagine kids would absolutely love these, but even if you're an adult and you want a little snack, like just a little bit of like a pizza craving, this would definitely hit the spot. And there's that slight Vegemite taste. It's not overpowering, it's not super salty. Again, just a little bit of an aftertaste. Next up, we have these little kids snacks. They're like these cheesy Vegemite breadsticks. And I've started to notice a pattern over here when it comes to Vegemite and cheese. Like almost everything is sold with Vegemite and cheese in it. Yeah, they're cute. It's just like a little generic breadstick. I mean, cute for toddlers and whatnot to munch on, little kids, if you're like sending them to kindy with a snack. Not bad. Again, there's no cheese flavor, there's no Vegemite flavor. It just tastes like a generic kid's breadstick snack. So, I mean, you're really not going to get much of a Vegemite flavor with these. But that, again, since this is for kids that are like a year plus, you probably don't want an overpowering, overwhelming amount of Vegemite in these anyway. The Lunchbox Classic is Shapes, and I know that the Vegemite ones are fairly new. They've only been out for the last couple of years. Like, I remember Vegemite ones weren't out when I was here in 2019. So this is one of their newer flavors, and I guess it was so popular that it stuck around because we all know shapes don't always keep some of the newer, more exciting flavors around for very long. You get them for a few months and then they're off the shelves. But I absolutely love these. Not only are they tasty, but they're also in the shape of Australia. How cute is that? I'm probably holding this the wrong way. There we go. So yeah, very, very cute. These are so good. I can eat the whole packet of these, no problem. I absolutely love Vegemite shapes. You get that nice little dusting that's on there, but again, it's not super salty. It's not overwhelming and overpowering. These are so good. And I can eat the whole pouch, but I'm not going to because I'm only about halfway through these foods. I've still got the hot cross buns. I've still got the roast chicken to go through, and of course the Vegemite brownies. So let's get on to the next one, and maybe I'll just have one more before we do. Now here we have the kind of infamous Vegemite roast chook. I actually did a short on this a while ago when it first came out. I wasn't expecting it to be so popular that months later Vegemite chooks would still be around, but here we are trying one of these guys again. Somebody had mentioned that there's more Vegemite flavoring in the stuffing than the actual bird itself, so let me get a knife and fork, try some of the meat and skin and see if there's any Vegemite flavor on there, and then try the stuffing. That is like a hunk of chicken right there. I got some skin on it. Hopefully there's at least some Vegemite taste on this. And it's definitely juicier than the last Vegemite chook I had, but still no Vegemite taste on these. I've got the stuffing here as well, and it doesn't look very dark. Doesn't look like there would be much Vegemite to this, but cheers. Not only is there no Vegemite flavor in the stuffing at all, but the stuffing is just gross, guys. If you're gonna get a roast chook, especially the Vegemite chooks, don't even bother with the stuffing. It's just not good at all. Let's try something a little bit simpler and a little bit more safe. There are these Uncle Toby's Little Snack cheese and Vegemite crackers. Oh, see, these are so cute. We used to have something like this back in the States, but instead of it being Vegemite, it was just that generic fake orange cheese that everybody in Australia seems to hate. But these are so cute for like a little snack to send with your kids to school. I think this is so sweet. And that's not bad. Like, other than the shapes, this is the first thing I've had where I'm like, oh my god, there really is Vegemite in this. I don't have to really hunt and search for it. Like, you can taste the Vegemite in the dip. And I could probably get an entire pack of these, no problem. I mean, you only get 3 little biscuits in here, but this is so cute. I love these. That time of year, you guys, hot cross buns have hit the shelves, and of course, why not do a Vegemite and cheese hot cross bun? Which you figure it actually does kind of make sense as long as they're not putting a lot of sugar in the dough, and typically it's like the fruit or the chocolate in hot cross buns that makes them sweet. This really wouldn't be that bad. You'd figure it would just be like a savory sort of roll or savory bun. Cross is a little wonky, like it ended up way sideways, but overall it smells like a generic hot cross bun. Like, you don't smell Vegemite, you don't really smell cheese, it smells like dough. See, I was about to say there's no Vegemite taste in these at all, but then of course as soon as I swallowed it, there's just that little bit of a weird aftertaste, like a weird Vegemite aftertaste. You don't get a lot of Vegemite flavor in this, you don't even get a lot of salt in this. There's just a weird aftertaste. Even warmed up or cold with butter or whatever, I wouldn't get these. The aftertaste in these is so weird. Just get traditional hot cross buns, you guys. Don't get the Vegemite ones. And last but not least, the ones that I am most excited and most scared to try, Vegemite brownies. I did actually go and make an entire tray of Vegemite brownies yesterday. I have to admit I'm pretty scared to try these, but the things you do for YouTube. So I grabbed one that was right around the edge. It's not the corner piece, but I don't eat the corner pieces. I will. I'm not going to complain if somebody gives me a quarter piece of brownie. But my preference is the middle pieces. So let me go in the comments below. Do you guys like the brownies that are on the edge of the pan, or do you guys like the middle ones like I do? There's no Vegemite smell to it. It just smells like a generic homemade chocolate brownie, or at least as homemade as it can be from a box. Oh, that was a pleasant surprise, I gotta say. Probably because when I saw the words Vegemite and brownie, I didn't see anything else on the box. These are apparently chocolate chunk Vegemite brownies, so I bit into this and there was an actual chunk of chocolate, and that was a very nice surprise. But again, I think this was a marketing gimmick. There might be like a slightly extra bit of saltiness to these, but there's no Vegemite flavor in these brownies, you guys. So if you want to shock your kids a little bit and bake Vegemite brownies with them, maybe it's a little bit of a gimmick, I definitely go for these because these taste just like a generic chocolate brownie, just a touch more salt than the regular box brownies. Overall, as a sweet lover, as a dessert eater, as a pastry wannabe connoisseur, definitely go for these. These are fabulous. So that is it for this video, you guys. Every single Vegemite flavor thing that I could find at Kohl's and Woolies. Let me know in the comments down below, did any of these surprise you? Have you had any of them yourself, maybe besides regular Vegemite? Let me know in the comments down below. As always, if you guys like this video, please hit the like and subscribe button. It really, really does help support me and help support this channel. And for as little as $2 a month on Patreon, you can get completely exclusive content that you will not find here on YouTube. Thank you guys so much for the support, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye. See, now I'm not going to have to put that in at the end because nobody would believe that I actually ate the entire thing of Vegemite, so make sure I put that in at the end when I'm editing.